Another edition of Nygaard at the net, and a great week for USC volleyball, coach. You sweep Stanford, you beat Pepperdine in 5 in a dramatic match, and I'd have to think you're thrilled with the results last week.
Thrilled with the results, absolutely. And one of the things that we're impressing with the team is that we're getting the wins, and it's great, but we still have a long way to go. We have to obviously make up some ground with the MPSF record, and there's still a lot of things that we can improve on, which when you go back to the film, we did a lot of things great. We weathered the storms. We had some great victories against some teams that have strong identities, a strong sense of themselves, and they know exactly what their game is. And we were able to exhibit poise, control, and discipline on our side to weather those storms. I mean, Stanford's a team that has ball control. Oddly enough, they're extremely intelligent. So they know how to play the game, and they just work you until finally you crack. But we didn't let that happen, which was a great testament to what our team's been doing. And Pepperdine, obviously, physical at the net. They outblocked us by a wide margin. And yet, we just kept going hard at it, which I was extremely proud of that. So it looks like our team's starting to gel, which is a nice thing to see.
And Andy said something after the match, which I thought was fitting, because about a month ago, I remember you telling me, we're doing the right things in practice. We just haven't translated that to the games yet.
What'd he say?
He said, we've been doing the right things in practice, and now we finally translate it to games, and it feels good. I thought that was fitting, but where do you see the team at this point in that area?
You know, as a coach, you're always looking for what is working, what is not. How do we get them to the next level? What's taking us away from that ability? And as you mentioned, we had 2 great wins over the week. Am I satisfied with that? Well, of course not. I think we should continue to improve, and just, we have a long season still ahead of us. But I was trying to find what are the things that we've done, and all I could come up with is it's just a multitude of little things that are starting to bleed into the games when the lights are on. And now that our captain is starting to say that we're starting to put this on the floor when it matters, that's nothing but encouraging for me.
And now you have another difficult week, but as we've pointed out many a time, every week is tough in
we just have another week.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just the way this goes.
You're at Northridge, a very good team, as we saw earlier this season, and you're at Long Beach, a tough place to play, and they're highly ranked. So what do you need to do to get 2 results from these 2 matches?
Well,
yeah, it's a tough question.
No, it's the easiest question to answer, but the hardest thing to implement, which is we have to take care of our side of the net. If you can do that, it is irrelevant where you play or who you play or what you're doing. If you are capable of mastering your side of the net, and if they serve as tough as I know they're both teams, if they serve as tough as I know that they can, and we are able to control those serves and run a system, we have, I think, a good offensive system. And
I thought you guys did a good job of that against Pepperdine, at least handling their serves. And then Andy also pointed out the blocking was a lot better.
The blocking is getting better. There's always a new frontier to improve at, and there's no question about that. But I was very pleased with some of the discipline we exhibited with our blocking, which you're going to go up against Northridge, which they are extremely physical at the pins, which it's one of those things that if you can master your side of the net and you don't allow their physicality to detract from your ability to compete, they're going to get kills. Fine. You have to be okay with that. But if you turn it around and you continue to keep the pressure on from your aspect of the game, I'd like to see how that's going to turn out.
Well, USC Wednesday at Northridge, Friday at Long Beach. Couple local matches if you feel like go on the road. And the Pyramid's a pretty cool place to see a game.
Well, it's pretty local for me. I live down the street.
Well, me too.
Yeah, so it's a good spot.
Absolutely. So check out the Trojans on the road. That's it for Nygaard the Net, and we'll catch you next week.
Fight on.
Fight on.